in the morning, and it's Monday to Friday. I see you, Ramagugo. Augo. I'm sorry. You confused me now. You see. He is part of our news team as well. So, guys, it's Queen's Wednesday. 22162. Start with a word. It's not a word. Start with YM254. Again, 22162. Then start with YM254. That is how we get to communicating when we are conversating, because we want to know what you think. You're important to us. Yes. Also, YintheMorning, a TV show on Instagram. Y254 channel on Twitter. Hashtag YintheMorning. Hilda has some type of swag of saying it. I will let her do her. Yes. And Y254 on Facebook. So it's Queen's Wednesday. So that means it's girls talk. Huh? And it was Labor Day yesterday. So originally, we were supposed to be talking about, things that basically the girl child is only doing, I guess, like labor specifically for the girl child. But we also threw a couple of ideas with Hilda Wadidi, and I think we want to talk about them too. So before that, we say hello to my panel. Hi.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm fine.
Karibu sana.
Asante.
Tell them your name in case they're watching us for the first time.
I'm Charity Etieno, editor Broadman's Academy, Hunters, Kasarani.
Unakaa smart.
Thank you.
Can I leave my class?
Yeah.
Wow. All right. Hi.
Hi.
You're new to us.
Not really.
Not so much. Huh?
Yeah.
What's your name?
My name is Purity Nelima.
Uh-huh.
I'm a student at Dista University in my 4th year doing journalism. Yeah.
Na sasa mnafungua shule just randomly?
Not really. Yeah, we'll be opening next week. Yeah. Yeah.
Hiyo strike ilikamka imeenda. All right.
Kinda.
It's been a month now.
Apparently 2 weeks, 3, I guess.
Mm.
Yeah.
What's your social media handle?
On Instagram, Purity_Nelima. On Twitter, Purity Nelima. Facebook, Purity Nelima. And Truecaller, Purity Nelima.
Ati Truecaller. Wow. So kulikuwa na mafisi hapo to standby. Wako tu hivi sai. Bundles will be used today. Auntie.
That means if you dial Nelima's number and her name doesn't show as Purity Nelima, it is not her.
No.
Because on Truecaller surely goes by that one name. Anyway, I'm Hilda Wadidi on every social media platform, I think even including Truecaller.
I am not Valentine Wamboy on Truecaller. I am not even Kalamival on Truecaller. I am a football person. Anyway, guys, karibuni sana. So I want to start off the topic as discussed earlier. So what are the kind of things as a teacher? You're a teacher by profession, yes? And what are the kind of things that you see labor can be divided between male and female, as young as they are?
Okay, it's true, Val, that we are trying to even put boys to do the household chores that the girls do. But then there are some that girls must just do. There are some things that girls do in the house. They do the cooking, the washing, and everything. And by doing this, it prepares them for even a life to come.
Teacher, but nowadays, tuko 2018, and now also your boys need to know how to cook, because they are going to live by themselves for a while. Bachelor life, si rahisi moskia. So how are you going to survive and where are you expected to learn if you're not being taught at a young age?
As I said earlier, we teach both boys and girls how to cook.
Yes.
Both as a mother and as a teacher. Boys and girls, they are taught how to cook. But mostly, and we know that we are Africans, that's one thing that we can't assume. So there are some duties that are mainly left for the girls, though boys can do them. And we even have one of the best chefs. They are men and they do well. We even have househelps who are males. They do well. So I cannot rule out that boys cannot do it. They can do, but we at times narrow it down to girls. Yeah.
Hilda, you have something to say about this?
I think that it's kind of the reason why there's a lot of chauvinism later in their lives, because you see, if the boys see that, when they're children, girls are the ones who are supposed to be in the kitchen, unless you're also giving the boys their training, like you're teaching them how to cut grass or fix things, then it's okay, because then it's balanced. Like you teach them how to do the outside work, to do the heavy work, so that when us we are doing our work, it's even. Not at ECG the boys, they are left in class when the girls are going to wash the dishes, or you know, because when they are at home, they see when daddy comes home, he comes, he sits down and takes a newspaper. Mom when she comes home, she has to go to the kitchen, she has to
cooking, cleaning, and all
you see,
these
so
things.
as they grow up, they have that, they feel like the male figure is more superior to the female. But if the father, on the other hand, comes home and goes out to teach the son, okay, you wash the car, you do this, you do this, you do that, then it's okay. But not until they just sit and then the girls, and you go and take the girls to do things.
This is why there's a kamvutano now, because it's old school versus now the empowered girl child. The empowered girl child does not want to be told, oh, you have to be doing this, or at this time, it is your job. No.
Those are survival skills. Everyone should know how to do them. Everyone should be taught how to do them. I don't understand why they narrow it down on the girl, because now we have boys growing up expecting the women in their lives to come and do these things for them. So they are marrying people, they are marrying house helps. If they can't handle it, they'll cheat you, they love you because that's what you want to hear, but they really want somebody to just come and organize him. So at the end of the day, the girl child is going at a big loss. You have to train us together.
I want you to speak every time you have an opinion or an idea. Just go ahead. Sisi ukwanga tu chap.
Sure.
But let me ask you how maybe it has affected you. Like even tukienda holiday, easy Christmas, Easter, the ones that we travel back tunaenda reserve. There are girl child duties. Mi najua I go funga ingleso because I know, and then my cousins will chill or whatever. Does that affect you as a woman?
Personally, it doesn't affect me as such, because my family is quite different. At home, everybody does everything.
Really?
Like, I have one brother, and at times he cooks, he cleans utensils. Like, we have those duties. So my family, we operate normally. Like, it doesn't matter who you are. That's what my mom teaches us. So everybody does everything.
Now imagine meeting a guy who all his life knows that a woman is supposed to, like, haezi fanyika.
That's really a problem. That can be really a challenge.
How will you react if you
how would
find,
you, yes.
I know that can be a challenge, but this is 2018, as you said, and roles have changed. Like, anybody can do anything because we are taught to be equal. So if you expect me to live the life that our grandparents lived, that's so ironic.
But you see, this men, they don't tell you that that's what they expect you to do. When you're their girlfriend and you're dating, they let you say no problem. You know, like,
they
if you say, I'm not
they
cooking,
like it.
if you tell them I'm not cooking, blah blah blah, you'll be like, no problem, you live and cook and what have you. Wait till you get married and you are his wife and he has paid dowry.
Unless you won't be working by that time, because if we are both working, we are coming from work late. How do you expect me to do all those other chores?
That's what you think.
That's what you think.
It sounds very logical.
Should happen.
It sounds very logical when you put it like that, because see what tumetoka office, and in fact you'd even find you're his boss, or even you're working together in the same office or surrounding. Then you all know the pressure of the job. So mkitoka job nyi wote mnaenda home. Somehow, my friend, your job, you don't forget we're African. As much as all this empowerment things are lovely and nice to talk about, we are still African. So you must you must make sure your man has eaten. Am I wrong?
You are right, Val. And I want to say that, just allow me to share my case.
Please.
My husband works within the estate, and I go the other side. There's a time my house girl left. Imagine I have to wake up in the morning, rush to work. He takes my daughter to daycare. In the evening, he brings her back. And it's normal. I find even if it's cases of SAP, I find that he has put, if it is something like maybe something that needs proper cooking, he just puts there. So in the house we need to share.
Where are these men? Show me.
There are very few. I think I'm one in a million.
Yes, lucky you.
They are very
You're the second.
Yeah.
I think I'll be the second. I'm not yet the second.
I'll be the third.
I don't want to be down. The fourth sounds so far away, guys. But okay, I'll fix this somehow. All right. So tell me another struggle that you feel maybe women go through.
I think we should also celebrate their successes that women have. There are things that a girl child has to offer at work that a boy child can't, and that's emotional intelligence. girls tend to be more intuitive. You know, men just what they see is what they get. They just get it like that. Like, you know, somebody could be angry or not even looking well, they won't think too much about it. But a female boss, on the other hand, will know maybe there's an issue. They'll even come and ask you, is everything okay at home? They make better bosses. Women are more understanding and intuitive. But also, we also get this issue about we are the ones who are at the highest risk of sexual harassment and sexual innuendos at work, because when a boy child goes for a job interview, nobody looks at him like, wow, you know, like, and you're handsome, you know, that's like the last thing. That's the last thing somebody is looking at when a boy child comes for an interview. But when a girl child comes, they can even, if you're beautiful, like Wadidi, when you walk into the room, the first thing they notice is, oh, you're beautiful. They might even forget other things. So now that we tend to get overlooked a lot when it comes to professional settings, especially if you're beautiful.
All right, thank you so much. Now I have a text. 22162 is our text, and I start with YM254. Again, 22162, start with YM254. So we have, boys must keep off kitchen until they're hungry, and there's ready food there which sister has refused to bring to common room. Chicharito from Nakuru. And then we have labor or work is synonymous to labor pain. This means it's a girl's thing to labor domestically. John Bayer from Migori. That's science that you have used.
John Bayer.
22162, start with YM254. Where Tome react vizuri sana. I both react to this comment.
Okay. I think there's something wrong with the system. Truly. Like the system needs to step in, because it's like women are being empowered, but the boy child is not being taught how to treat the women.
Yeah.
So you see, there's a gap. So if the system is not mended, I think this problem will continue.
If you're going to take anything from this conversation today, take that. Yes, that there's and why is there? Because I'm going to ask you, teacher, why are we not teaching our boys how to handle now empowered girls? Because we're telling the girls they can do anything now.
But you see, at home, like I'm saying, there are some household settings where when daddy comes home, both of them have come from work. You've seen both of your parents coming from work. But when daddy comes home, he sits down and everything comes to him where he is. Your mom, on the other hand, will go change, start washing, sijui vyombo za yesterday, start cooking that food. So and then when the sisters are growing, then they know the boy child has sumbuliwangwi, you know. It's only you who's being told to come and make tea for your dad, sijui, go and wash dishes. So when the boy is growing up, he knows this is I'm more important than my sisters. Even some brothers will harass their sisters and tell them, come and serve me, nini, make some tea, or even leave for you dishes when you're left with them. So they grow up thinking that women are less. So unless you teach them like that, I'm saying, unless you show them what boy child is supposed to be doing, not that you just sit there and there's magic happening in the house.
Would that be different if you had like a setting where yes, you might be going to work the same place. Yes, the mother might be doing all the work. But there are instances where the father also takes care of mommy openly.
Yes.
Would it change something in the system if you did that?
It will. You know, as I said earlier, Val, the problem is that we are Africans. And you know, some of these things, our parents and our great parents were taught. They were told that a woman's place is the kitchen. So in the current world, it is good to know that a woman can move beyond the kitchen. But it is something, you know, change is gradual. This one may take quite a number of maybe years for it, but it is slowly coming in. Boys are, there are boys who help their sisters in the kitchen, or even men who help their women in the kitchen. But then we must accept that change cannot come at once because of the prior information that they had. Women can go beyond the kitchen. We can do so many things. You know, as a woman, I'm a multitasking being. I go to the house by 6. At the same time, I cook, I wash, I sweep, I arrange the house all at a go. So if that man says and he's like everything is okay because he sees me in the sitting room, in the bedroom, in the kitchen, everywhere. But when we leave for them, they'll concentrate on one thing at a time. Atapika kwanza, aweke chakula. Is when he decides even to wash the dishes. But for me, I wash, I cook, I sweep, I do all these things at a go. So that's why we feel that we always we always do more or better than the men. but they can do.
Wow, we even do better than them. I like that. 22162 is our text. I start with it. YM25. I was just checking to see if you're listening, if you're paying attention. Yeah. Yes. Yesterday's girl child cooked like her mother. Today's brats drink like their fathers. Bure kabisa. My chest. Wow. Discuss. I will start there, then we come to Hilda.
I think that's very true, but I think we are generalizing everything because not everyone is like that, but it's just that the bigger percentage is that way. So as she said, change is gradual, so maybe we should just stay optimistic that everything will change gradually, but still the system should educate the boy child about how to treat ladies.
Forgive me for being a bit old school, but I'm feeling like we should go back to that old system where although I had duties, you also had duties.
Yes.
So it's not for me to know that I am just supposed to cook and clean and all these things.
Yes.
I know that. Now you know your place as well.
Even you know,
also have something to do. You're not there to just put feet up and watch
Imagine
me.
and behave like a king, and
All
then
this,
we come here and
let me tell you,
like
all
maids.
these signs for construction are just men at work. Are you trying to tell me women are not working?
Yeah.
You must announce yourselves. What is this? But talk to me, Hilda, your thoughts.
Well, personally, I think whoever wrote that is a very chauvinistic person because I think we're in a generation where men have a lot of double standards. The double standards are very real.
I think they're confused. They don't know what to do with us.
Even me, I think so. That is the side. You know, there's sometimes someone can project their own insecurities on you. That could be what that is, because I don't understand how you say something like that. And in this bar, we are drinking with who? See, they are there, also drinking like fish. But because they are men, they are not drunkards. But when a woman is doing it, they are drunkards and they are brats. So the same thing, like they can sleep with everybody in town, and they'll feel like they've not done anything wrong.
You sleep with 5 people. Pat on the back. Hey,
you sleep with 5 people, and Najue, you slept with 5 people. Someone who has slept with almost 50, he will tell you,
look at you funny even.
Yeah, it's like you are for everybody.
But you know, Val, men feel that they are more human beings than others.
Yes.
They feel that they are more. But then, you know, anciently, we felt that women never used to go to work. They could remain in the house, wait for their husbands to bring money and everything. But now we are living in a generation where in the morning everyone leaves and you come back to the house in the evening. But for that case, I want to say that a house stands because of a woman.
Yes.
As a woman, I can't compete with a man. When he drinks, I cannot drink the way he drinks. That house is stable. And as a woman, I'm the one to lay pillars for that house.
Yes.
When you see, you know, Val, when you go to, maybe when you travel to your country, go to a home where there is no man and home where there is no woman. There's a very big difference. A home without a man may even look to be normal. But a home where a woman had died, you can easily detect from far. There's so many changes. Life of a widow can go on, but for a widower you'll see that there are some changes. So I cannot compete with a man. A woman cannot compete with a man. Once you are married,
we're not supposed to imagine.
You
we
are
were
not
not
supposed to.
we were not built to compete. Yes, that is true.
I think that's where the problem comes.
No, we're not
like women are trying to compete with men, and men are trying to put women in their place as they think. So I think that's where the main problem comes. Yeah.
And I feel like even our femininity is used against us. Like you're so yes, I'm feminine, I'm female. It's my natural state. Why is that an issue? Why does that make me softer than everyone else?
And then you feel that being that I work somewhere, I earn, you feel that you can be superior in the house as a woman. That's something that we must understand, that man stands to be the head of that family. I am a head teacher wherever I teach. When I come to the house, I gain another title. I'm a wife. Immediately I leave the school, I meet with the head teacher title the following day. So, and you know, women take advantage of this. They feel they earn enough, they can take care of themselves, and they can live well. And this is even the cause of so many family breakages currently. in the
So
world.
could we say maybe women are over-empowered, educated women are over-empowered?
There's
or
nothing like
something?
over-empowered. There's no such word. There is no such thing.
We empowered the girl child. We forgot to continue empowering the boy child. So
Yes,
now
that's
that
the
we
problem,
are
yes.
doing this, also now you're not. Maybe at some point they feel like we don't need them. That's why this whole Samantha thing even came up.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because now they're trying to, trying to replace women. But we didn't say we don't need men. We are just a little bit faster than we were. All right, again, 22162 is our text line. Start with YM254. And I want to read this one from Twitter. Our handle is at Y254 channel. We have Y254 channel, hashtag YintheMorning. Hi, ladies. This is Janet Michaels. Hi, Janet. Sharing is caring. If a man cares, he will help do house chores. But that doesn't mean ladies should neglect their duties. All right. We agree?
Yes.
All right. So we have another one. This one is from 22162. Start with YM254. Kwetu, it's different because I grew up doing all the house chores and I'm a boy. Oh, that's different.
Yes, it's just like the same way. There are some men who, like you're saying, if they're trained at home, that these are survival things. Because I remember like we had a conversation at home when we were learning how to cook. When my mom was trying to teach us, and for some of us, we learned very late. When we were going to campus, because we were going to have to stay alone, we had to learn now how to cook properly. It was a class.
Oh.
So now I remember my brother was like, I don't need to learn how to do this. Hey, my mom said, okay, then you can go and die alone. Because cooking is a survival instinct.
Yes.
It's not a woman thing. It's a survival.
Everyone gets hungry.
Yes. So there are some boys who've been trained to know that these things is for survival. You need to be clean. You need to wash things because you need to be clean. You need to cook because you need to eat. Not because that you're a man, I'm a woman, or someone is supposed to come and do that for you. No, it's a survival thing. So if they grow up like that, they turn out okay. My uncle is a single man, and you cannot tell. The wife died almost 10 years ago.
I'm sorry.
You cannot tell. Yeah. So there are some men who actually know that these things, it's survival. It's not men, women's dream.
The difference between boy child and king.
Yeah.
See, you keep showing yourselves. Guys, 22162. Be typing. Start with YM254 as well as all our other social media handles. Now we are going to go on a short commercial break and we will be right back.